So yeah, as far as the 518 is concerned, you know, I always wanna pay homage to the 518 and everything that I'm doing, everything that we doing. You know what I mean? And it's a whole new generation out here right now who, you know, they look at the rap thing as something to do, but you know, I don't think any of them really have a history of the scene. You know, some of the founding fathers or the ones that laid paths, you know, to enable them to do what they're doing now. So who's some of the cats back in the days that planted the seeds, the early seeds, as far as inspiring y'all or keeping y'all going, like, yo, you know, you niggas is nice, I need to stay doing this?
Well, for me, being from Albany, I would say you had Imperial Sounds.
True.
You definitely have DJ
Huxtable.
The Huxtables,
you know what I mean? You can't forget that. You still know how to do that.
Yeah, you know how to do that shit too, baby.
Yeah. And you got DJ Swift. You know, that was my personal DJ. You know, we got DJ. Actually, it started off with DJ K Deuce. You know, which is my cousin. He was really, you know, I did my first recordings with him. I actually made my first CD. Well, it wasn't CDs back then. I made my first little EP on a cassette tape with DJ Deuce. From then it went to Deuce. Shout out to K Deuce.
And sidebar, I remember being at Lincoln Park one day, and I think it was my man Mike DePerna. I'm not even sure. Mm-hmm. He was in the park with this demo that y'all niggas had just made. And
yeah.
You was killing it, and I remember distinctly K Deuce, he was scratching up the oh shit from like the third base shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was some early shit I had to peep, because I always was like, yeah, alright, I gotta stay on top of this nigga.
Right.
Because he just as good, if not better than I am.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We wanted to hear other niggas, but go ahead.
K Deuce was definitely a big influence on me. And you know, that was my younger years. I would say from graduating high school on, I would say from 17 on, it was definitely DJ Crush and DJ Swift.
Shout out to Crush, man.
Shout out to Crush. Shout out to Swift.
And Swift.
They had a big influence on what I do to this day. Like,
True story.
You know, I actually, Swift brought me to my first studio session in New York City was with DJ Swift and Crush. You know, so a rapper that I would say that was a very big influence on me was Jacine, definitely. You know, y'all probably call him Jacine Fool. He was very influential on me. Jakeem, that's his name, Jakeem.
No, Jacine.
I thought it was Jacine.
Jacine Fool? You talk about
Jakeem.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
And you know,
that's the guy.
I remember him coming to Albany High. I was as a freshman. I remember him coming to Albany High, and he had graduated, and I remember he had just graduated the year before. You know, and here I am going up there like, who had him cutting off? And I remember him coming up and start, you know, rapping in front of the school, and I was just a fan. Like, I just looked at him like, wow. You know, he was, to this day, I want to say one of the best freestylers I've ever heard in my life, you know, back then. And the most pivotal MC in Albany, New York, to me, that I really grew up as a youngin', like, wow, he is remarkable.
Rock
is Ramel. You know,
shout out to Ramel, man.
Big shout outs to Ramel.
Real recognized, real.
Like,
that's my.
That was the generation before.
He was like, from the outside of looking up to Rakim, I looked up to Ramel. I will say that.
Yo, Rob, you see this documentary, man? We gonna get you out the motherfucking house, motherfucker. Fuck that.
You know, he's definitely somebody that, you know, to this day. You know, I don't care who it is. Yes, I would say, they would say, who was the two people that got you into rap and that made you say, okay, like it was only two MCs in this world that I would accept a cosign from back then, because I was real, you know, arrogant. People know me for that. I was real cocky. It was only two people that said something to me, you know, that would make me be like, yeah. you know, I really, you know, you know, and I never met Rakim, so I never got to get his cosign, but Ramel's cosign was, to me, was just as good as Rakim's. That's how much I admired him.
Yo, that's how hot homie was. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? And
people younger than me, I would say Rome, rest in peace, was a MC that I really knew that could give me a problem. Rest in peace once again to Rome. I
Rome
keep
from
his name
Swan?
alive. Yeah.
Okay.
Big Rome from Swan. I will always remember him and always knew he was in the, you know, he reminded me of a Cool G Rap. He was very, very lyrical, and you know, a lot of you youngers don't know of him. But these are probably the MCs that I would say, you know, and DJs. Shout outs to DJ Young Wise as well. I can't, you know, I was with DJ Swift, but I always respected DJ Wise. Always disrespected Young Wise, and DJ Supreme, DJ Duquan. You know, these are DJs, and these are people that really made me feel. If I'm forgetting the name, so I smoke a lot of loud. You know, I'm forgetting the name, but you know, these are the people that I remember to this day. So obviously, they were most pivotal to me.
I got a shout out. When I was going to the Albany Boys Club, I was in a summer camp program, and one of my counselors was a nigga named Brandon.
Brandon, I know, light skin.
He was one of the.
I forgot his name.
One of the earliest
he was
niggas
in my
that
class
I knew
too. What up,
that
B?
was rhyming, taking it seriously. This is back '88 when like ain't no half.
Right. Shout outs to Brandon.
You know what I'm saying? Cass, my nigga Cass, and
Exactly.
my nigga Mo.
Shout
I
out
know
to
y'all
Cass.
know Mo with the glasses.
Yeah. Shout out to Mo as well.
Mo is OG status.
Mo was one of the first B-boys I've ever seen in my life, you know, with the gazelles and stuff, you know. Mo. Shout outs to him too.
And Mo was like one of the most colorful niggas too. Like that nigga, he was one of the nicest niggas off the head.
Yeah.
That would just battle you. You know what I mean? And he wasn't like, you know, he wasn't like a technical MC. You know what I mean? But that nigga getting you shit.
Who was the cat? Pardon me. The cat that used to work at Boys Club back then. He used to be with Brandon, tall, light skinned. What was his name? He's the best freestylist, and you know I remember you. If I remember, you had one of the illest flat tops ever. You used to work in Boys Club, light skinned. You were tall.
I know who you're talking about.
Best freestyle. I want to say I gotta put you over Jakeem when it comes to freestyling. I've never seen someone free. He used to But shout outs to Venom too. Shout outs to, you know, Almighty L.
Everlasting L.
You know, shout outs to Venom too as well. Pardon me, look, the names come like I apologize.
Those were more like peers though. They was
they was peers.
Our age, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
That was getting it in, and you could always tell like who was the serious ones about this shit and who wasn't. You know what I mean? Right. Venom was definitely one of them.
Shout out to G Love too, man. Almighty, all y'all. I see you. You know what I mean? Real recognized real, man. You know, niggas been putting in work with this shit for real. Like
Air Alert, he was a
Air
peer.
Alert,
he was a peer, but I'm mad. I you know, I respect his craft on the turntables.
But yo, real talk, even you my G, you know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
I
like
put you on
shout out to Soundwave.
Shout out
you know what I'm saying? Like,
cause yo, only if you heard the shit I heard, I was blessed to hear that shit. So you know what I'm saying? Y'all got something great. You know what I mean? Don't even realize. You know what I mean? I see what the fuck is going on.
I'm honored to be in front of Soundwave.
No doubt.
Right now.
You know what I'm saying?
You know,
so y'all gonna get some shit, yo.
Can't say all that without saying Soundwave. You know,
exactly, man.
From back in the days.
Definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? We got history.
And if I'm forgetting the name, once again I apologize. You know what I'm saying? But you know, basically anybody that was doing music from '86 to '96 in Albany, them years from '86 to '96, you've been an influence to me. You know, peer or older.
Shout out to Azar too, man.
You
know what I'm saying? Azar, I see you, man. You know what I'm saying? Peace to the guys at Earth. See, that's the era I'm talking about.
You come up in that era.
We come up in that era, man. Like, if you don't understand that, you'll never get it. You know what I mean?